Alright, so Fortnite OG Season 9 is right around the corner. As you can see, Season 8's OG Pass does end June 24th, which is 2 days from today. So if you have not got that done yet, claim everything. So they actually showed us the entire roadmap, so to speak, for Fortnite OG Chapter 1 Season 9. Let's take a look. We're going to compare the skins in the Battle Pass to the originals. So first of all, here is the grand reveal. So we've got Rocks on the left, we've got Demi on the right, and then the center skin is the Devourer. So we'll talk about those three in just a second. Let's see what else we've got. So we had the big event in Season 8 just a few days ago, and people voted for the Infinity Blade. So that's going to be new for this season. We did not have the Infinity Blade in the original Chapter 1 Season 9, but because that's what we voted for in the Unvaulting event, that's what we're going to get. We also have our first glimpse at the Victory Umbrella. Pretty lackluster in my opinion, but every single OG umbrella has been horrific. I mean, brutally bad. I don't know why they did all these like this. They're just spray paints on a default umbrella. So this one is no different. It looks like the Devourer's eye, maybe? I can't really see it that well from here. I'm sure you can see it better when I upload this, but it's ice. And then I think that's the Devourer in there. So you can see the new map in the bottom left. Now we do have quite a few changes. Remember, Tilted Towers got absolutely bombarded, as did a few other POIs. So we get Mega Mall replacing Retail Row. We get Neo Tilted replacing Tilted Towers. And the Volcano becomes the Pressure Plant. So this was a pretty decent map. Now remember, we also got the Stranger Things collab. Now in that, you could go into the Upside Down and it would teleport you. So I hope they redo that. That was in Mega Mall. That was really, really cool. Fingers crossed, again, they redo that and they spice it up a bit. That would be neat. The loot pool updates, you can see all the weapons here. So we got the drum shotgun, one of my personal favorites of all time. The semi-auto sniper, I was never a fan of that. The combat shotgun, obviously that was in Season 8. The tactical assault rifle's good. The proximity grenade launcher, okay, I use that sparingly. The burst SMG, not a fan, but I know a lot of people love it. Storm flip is okay. It's pretty fun to use, and just normal grenades. So Season 9, not my favorite season out there. It was interesting, but again, probably one of my least favorites of Chapter 1. I think initially it was a good change of pace just because 3 of the major POIs got changed up a bit. But yeah, I honestly don't remember enjoying it that much. I played it a lot. You know what I do remember about Season 9, however? The Fort Bites. That's when they were introduced. And I don't know if they're going to be returning because I don't see any mention of it here on this image. So Fort Bites were basically collectible computer chips that you had to find 100 of them. And they were released every day, daily. So you had to wear specific outfits for some, you had to find them for others, you had to do specific things for others. It was crazy. So I thought for sure they would tease that on this image, but yeah, there's nothing. So I don't know if the Fort Bites will be returning or not. We'll see. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 skins they chose for the Battle Pass. For me, this is not good, and let me tell you why. So first of all, the elephant in the room, the Devourer. Let me just show you the original Devourer. So this is the original, the Devourer. So he came with 2 styles. We have the default one, where he's icy, and then the no frost one. So this actually released in Chapter 2 Season 1. It was literally Christmas Eve 2019, and it was released in a pack, a money pack that cost $22.99. So it was the Polar Legends pack, and he does have a built-in emote, but this wasn't even introduced in Chapter 1 Season 9. Now, yes, I know the Devourer was in the event at the end of Season 9, but why does that warrant a Battle Pass spot in this OG Chapter 1 Season 9 pass? I think it shouldn't. We had some interesting skins in Season 9 to pick from, as I'll show you in just a second. So to see the Devourer on here, not even being in the original Season 9 pass, was just a little frustrating to me. So next up is the Demi skin. So this was a really good one of my favorites from Season 9. And she also got, well, back then it was considered like a super level style, and it was called Night. So she's got a mechanical arm that's red in the default, and it's such a nice red. It's a crimson red dress. She's got a headset on. Her eyes are red. Love it. And then the night one, everything turns black and blue. Really clean all around. So one of the better skins, so glad to see them remaking this one. And then the last skin they remade is Rox. Now, I was not a fan of Rox in the Battle Pass. So here's Rox's original skin. She's got a lot of customization, so that was good at least. So here's stage 1. Stage 2, she got a jacket on. Stage 3, more of a white color scheme. Stage 4, she got some red armor. And stage 5, she got the helmet. Now you could change all these colors up. So she had pink, she had purple, she had orange, and she had black. So you don't see many of these being ran. I mean, the customization was pretty good. Let's see what the orange one looks like. It's been a while since I... See, that's more of a yellowish orange. And then you could also change her secondary color. So her socks for the first style were teal. And we got blue. See, that's pretty much the same color, isn't it? What the heck? Then we got yellow. And then we got green. Let's see what that looks like in the armor variant. What does that change? Okay, a little bit of illumination in the visor. Okay. So again, not my favorite skin, so I'm curious to see what they do with the other styles that she gets. The one that I'm seeing in this image for the Season 9 OG, it doesn't look that good to me. So I'm hoping the other style looks way, way better. So those were the 3 skins they picked. Now let me show you what they could have picked instead of the Devourer and Rox, okay? I think the Demi skin was a great choice. Let me just get that out of the way. So one of the skins I was really hoping they would redo was Sentinel. Of course, the first style I was not a fan of because it's a chicken robot. But the secondary style was amazing. It's called Dark. It reminds me of a Gundam wing. Remember Gundam? A pretty sweet anime back in the day. I bet people would have complained though if they redid this one just because it was a chicken originally. But yeah, this one, I have at least 3 custom skin combos made for this one in my preset. So I really, really like this one. Now one skin I'm glad they didn't remake is this one right here, Vega. People always ask me, what's your least favorite skin in the game? This is up there. I am just not a fan of this Vega skin. So she had a yellow style, she had red, and then she had teal. So not a big fan of any of these color schemes. And I don't know, something about her face, it just reminds me of a teacher I had back in high school that was so mean. I'm sure people love this skin, but yeah, there was a teacher out there that looked exactly like this to me. And I can't get it out of my head every time I see this skin. So no offense to whoever made this skin. It's just bringing me bad memories every time I see it. And I don't like the way she stands in the locker either. With her head all tilted looking at me like she's going to get me in trouble. Now the next skin, the Tier 100 skin, 1000% should have been in the OG Battle Pass of Season 9. I don't know why they didn't remake this skin. This is one of my favorite Tier 100 skins, low-key. So he has some customizable styles that I didn't like, but then he's got some that I love. Like this one right here, this is my all-time favorite one from Season 9. Look at that orange. It's beautiful. So let me just show you all his styles. Here's Stage 1. Stage 2 is what I like to run. Stage 3, he starts getting a mask. Stage 4, some more armor. Stage 5, he gets some flames as well. So these are a little outdated, which is why I really wanted an updated version of this. Now for colors down here, you could do teal, you could do light orange, you could do dark gray, check that out, and then white. And then you could also customize his second color, which is red, really cool. We saw the orange, that's what I have, and then the neon blue, and then the neon green. So some really bright colors. I love some of these. Yeah, so unfortunate that Vendetta did not get a updated reskin. I would have loved to have seen it. Bummer. Next up in the pass was Bunker Jonesy. So he had his normal one, the default, where he looked like Tom Hanks in Castaway, and then aged. So yeah, I can understand why they didn't do him, although I think a lot of people would have preferred him over at least the Devourer. But we've got a lot of Jonesy skins, so, I mean, understandable why he wasn't included. And then the last skin was a very underrated character. This is Stratus. I really enjoyed this character as well. Now, he got a, quote, super level style too with this pretty interesting color scheme. But I would have preferred this one as well. I mean, he was like the storm chaser of the season. And lastly, the secret skin, don't forget about Singularity. So she had a lot of customization. She had the upgrade, and she had the upgrade with helmet. But it was her colors that made her stand out. So she had the default, which was a teal. She had the cuddle. She had the Rex. We had the drift. That was a fan favorite. The Durr. And then the pizza. So the pizza was my favorite one. I just love how the red and teal and green and yellow, it all meshes. Looks great. Now, I think the reason she was not in the Battle Pass, this new one, is because she's coming to the item shop. So this was leaked right here, this skin style. And I think it's going to be in the item shop, like I said. So yes, they did do a remake of her, but I think it's going to be released in the shop. Or I guess, as mentioned, unless they bring back the Fort Bites, we could get her as a reward for that, but I don't know. We'll see. So if I had to pick, I would 1000% have done Demi, which they did, clearly. I would have done Vendetta, and I would have done Stratus. Stratus or Sentinel, but I think Stratus would have been a bigger fan favorite than Sentinel. Those would have been my three. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this upcoming OG Season 9 Battle Pass? Did they make the right choice? I feel like a lot of people are not going to like the Devourer as a skin, especially because he didn't even release during Season 9 originally. Give me V for Vendetta. Why the Devourer? Why Rocks? I don't know. I know a lot of people like Rocks, so that one's understandable as well. But man, seeing the Devourer in there, come on. Well, there you go. We're just a few days away from the OG Season 9 returning. I can't wait to play it. I'll give it a whirl. I'll try to get a win. Those are always some fan favorite videos of mine where I struggle immensely on the first day. Sometimes it takes me 1 match. Sometimes it takes me 50 matches. We'll see. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my supporter creator code, which is tabortime.